And we are live with Talk of the Empire. I hope all the sounds are working. And we will just jump into this like a normal way. And guys, that's your time to talk.
Hello.
Guys. Go Zach, go.
That's all I have to say. Hi.
Hi as well.
So, Talk
Hi,
of the
it's
Empire,
again.
this time with... How should I call you still? It's still TyRanT Fire, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
So, as you guess, we'll talk about that a bit later, obviously. And yeah, so sweet that we have finally two guys with two webcams and Fire. You're even wearing a t-shirt. Did you do that for us?
Yes, especially for you guys.
The chat is amazed. They can't believe their eyes right now.
I guess, yes.
Okay, so topic list at the side says we will talk some about you, Fire, what you're doing in life, what your Age of Empires ambitions are, some about how TyRanT and Secret all developed, then about the tournaments, and at the end, guys, we will answer some questions for you as well. I will increase the volume of those two as well.
Perfect.
Okay, then Fire, just to start things off. What are you doing in life at the moment? You were like the big TyRanT, one of the best players in the world, but we didn't see that much from you, although your rating is still pretty high. What is life doing for you?
I was like, I had this girlfriend, right, for like 80 years, and I graduated in law school, although I didn't became a lawyer. So I was working that area, like in the Ministry of Labor. For the government, and that was pretty much it. That requires a lot of work. I was pretty much tired all the time, so I couldn't have much time to play and to practice and to enjoy the game, right? So that's why I don't see me that much, and eventually I would stream a little bit here, a little bit there.
Okay, Fire, you're pretty low for me even. I have everything on 100% maximum now.
Is it better now?
Well, it's a bit better, yeah.
Now?
Yeah, it's a bit better.
But yeah, I have everything on 100% here. It's so weird.
That's weird.
But yeah, chat is liking it. So you had a girlfriend for 8 years and now finished to become a lawyer.
Yeah, I finished I graduated for like 2 years ago, and I tried the bar exam, right, two times, and I failed for 1 point both times. So you can imagine how depressing it is. So I took a break from it and I went to work, and I was working hard, and girlfriend takes you a lot of time as well. You know that, so
I would never know. I've never had a girlfriend.
Oh, excuse out, man. Yeah, like it's hard, but that's why I'm not playing that much, and I hope I can change it eventually. I hope, at least eventually.
Okay. Well, what are your ambitions in the Age of Empires world? Like,
well,
at one point, some people considered you to be the best water player in the world. Something we probably can't tell anymore or say anymore.
Yeah, not anymore, because the meta has changed, right? And we didn't have a tournament or whatever. But still, like, the problem is, like, I think I have room to increase to improve, right? Room to improve, but it's really hard when you don't play that much. Like, the game requires a lot of dedication, and you need to practice, and you need to watch record games, and especially the most important thing is the experience that comes with tournaments, especially 1v1 tournaments, right? So if you don't do this, and like, it's more likely you're going to get stuck, or like don't increase your level that much, like that fast. So it's really hard, but I have high hopes for my team and for myself as well, and I think great things are coming, right? So if there's a good timing to improve and to get better, to achieve better things, it's now, I guess.
So are you motivated right now to improve your skill?
Yeah, I'm really motivated. I can't. I think I can compare myself to the times of War is Coming, right? And TyRanT Wars, or like we just like sit here on the PC and practicing like for 8 hours a day, at least. Try to watch record games and try to improve yourself.
But like being that motivated and not having that much time.
Yeah, but that thing now, I'm between jobs now.
Okay.
That's the good thing. That's the good thing.
Oh, so
there's always a silver lining, right? There's always something
Yes.
to make out of a bad situation.
So I know I have at least 1 month. At least 1 month. But I'm hoping that I get 2 months between jobs. So that's good. And I think I can make something out of it. And hopefully my next job will be easier to deal with than this last one.
Okay, if I hosted a water tournament, 1v1 tournament, with all the top 30 players in the world, that will start in 1 month, how would you finish?
First.
You think so? It's not. It's not Vikings War.
Is it War of the Kingdoms?
It is War of the Kingdoms. You know, there's a new unit on water now.
Yeah, I know. Top two. Okay, I'm not going to be that greedy.
Okay. Okay, then, like, how much are you enjoying water now? I know that you were so perfect on like the Baltic level and perfect grassing and such. Are you still enjoying water, or is like Fire Galley demo not really a cup of tea?
I think it's fine. It's just changed a little bit, and you need to know like. To be honest, when it came out, right, I was super upset because the people only to Fire Galleys, right? But now I started to realize that's not that like that's the only thing you can do, and you need to do to win. Even Baltic, for example. So there's a transition to galleys and whatever. So you need practice. You need to get experience on it as well, and you get that by playing. And that's the problem. I'm not playing that much, but if you make one tournament, man, just let me know.
I won't. Just very
Oh,
hypothetical
come
question.
on.
You got his hopes up now. That's not fair.
Yes. Yeah.
If I ever did something like that, it would be like a weekend tournament. I personally don't have like the energy and motivation to look onto island games for 6 weeks or something.
Dude, didn't you watch the Master of Islands?
I watched, I believe, 1 game.
Dude, it was super fun.
That's what people told me.
AOC. It was super fun. A lot of different strategies, a lot of fast castles, whatever, landing. It wasn't like just galleys, like people would think about. That's all about that. That's not. It wasn't like, especially with Tattoo. Tattoo is so smart, right? So he's always doing different stuff and different strategies. So
was that the one where people were still doing career trash?
I saw Viver doing that a couple of times, right?
And it worked, right?
It worked, yes. That seems so broken, man.
Yeah. We had that in Paladins Cup as well, right?
Yeah.
Paladins won 1 cup. We had some trashing on islands.
I saw him doing it. I think maybe against MPL. I don't know. He put some tower next to the dock and next to the gold, and the other guy resigned right away. It was like, fuck Viper.
That Viper against Miguel on Baltic.
Oh,
yeah.
Miguel,
Miguel. That was like 2 months ago or something, or 1.5 months ago. I saw that as well. Yeah.
Dude, what the hell?
But Viper didn't scout the map, and the second tower was in both stone spots.
Yeah. Dude, that was like, Jesus Christ.
He's so lucky.
Yeah. That faster. It's insane.
Yeah, and Max on Paladins 1v1 Cup did Trash into Turtle Ship as well. Those were amazing games.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I casted those with Stout. He went crazy as well.
I've seen a few games with turtle ships actually, and they work pretty well.
Those are really strong, right?
Yeah, like because you don't need a castle anymore.
Yeah. It's weird. They changed it. The meta has changed, right?
Definitely.
I guess we just need to wait and see, and like how it's going to develop in like the depth on the meta is going to like change or whatever, but it's not the same anymore, and we need to figure out how to deal with it.
I think we can talk about balancing a bit later, and especially like Koreans probably. The next topic point here is TyRanT and Secret. I think we will let Zach go ahead and just say why this is so special, what we are looking into, and then we ask Fire how that changes his Age of Empires life.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, to start, TyRanT has a really long history within the game. You know, it's a name that's never going to be forgotten, and I don't think that you know, TyRanT is necessarily going to be like left behind. Let's say, I think that for those people, even that moved into Team Secret, like it's still a big part of their history, and they're still going to remember it. But right now, I think the game is in a bit of perhaps a different place than it was 3 years ago. I think the TyRanT sponsor's been gone for a long time now, and you know, as a result, the players feel like this is an opportunity which they want to take, and it should be good for the whole game, because I think that's what most people, you know, when they make these decisions, are thinking about. It's about what's good for the whole game, the whole scene. And basically, Team Secret is a really big esports organization that have, you know, thousands and thousands of fans around the world. And a lot of those fans are in Dota 2, since they are, well, that's kind of like where they became famous, I suppose. And since those people like Dota 2, there's a crossover between people who like Dota 2 and the people who like real-time strategy games. And so, you know, maybe their fans will start to follow Age of Empires or rediscover Age of Empires through the ex-TyRanT players joining Team Secret and becoming a team with them. So it's about sort of making the scene more professional and reaching more people, and hopefully more teams will be able to follow, perhaps. We'll see.
Yep.
So, Fire, when did you hear of that, and how did you feel after you heard that 5 of the old TyRanTs are going over to another team and somewhat leaving you behind?
Viper told us like a couple of weeks before, right, the change, and I can't say much. I just can say that I was super happy for them, because as Zach said, the TyRanT sponsor has begun for like a long time, and this changed everything, right? This could be the beginning of a professional era for us, a really one. So, and we are all friends. That doesn't change anything between us, right? We met a couple of times. We talk every time, like via WhatsApp or whatever. And I'm just super happy, and I didn't feel like left behind. It's just normal, like for example, for the ECL, right? We tried to get Slam for us, right? But he talked to Viper like before the tournament. What was the tournament? The
Battle of Africa.
Battle of Africa.
Yes, yeah. Right. Me and Ryut would choose to play with Miguel and Chocão, and Slam was left out, kinda, right? Unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And he already talked to Viper, and when they announced that to us, I was really, really happy for them. I don't know why why people would think that you would get sad or mad or whatever, you know? It's just a new era.
Well, I think, Fire, you play a lot of CSGO, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you playing a lot of CSGO, and I think, like, as someone who plays other games outside of Age of Empires, you see what is going on in those games. Yeah. And so you kind of you've seen how it works in CSGO in a sense, and you know that these teams are kind of good for the game.
Yeah, I really follow the organizations and the players, right? The Brazilian players, they live outside, they do well, they are professionals, it's like a job, it's a real job. It could be a beginning of something, right? At least something for the AOC community. So, yep, there's no reason to be sad, and there's no reason to be mad about it. I just wish them the best, and I hope they succeeds and bring more people to the game, and eventually more orgs might come, and you know, that's the dream.
Let's say a medium-sized, or like one of the big Dota team. Let's say like a top 20 team. I have no idea. Let's call them NIP. is coming over and wants to sponsor LOS. How much would that change, like, your game? Like, would you train? Would you, if they would pay you, would you go full time? Like, how big would be the commitment of your whole team?
To be honest, like we did that one time already, right? With TyRanT.
At the
So we were professionals, man. We had the like me and Rio, for example, we woke up at 5:30 a.m. every single day to practice because we had some stuff to do. In like we had to study, we had to work, whatever, right? So every single day we woke up at 5:30 a.m. practice for like 4 or 5 hours, do our stuff, came back, and in the night, me and Ryut, we helped Bekti to practice English every single day.
Okay.
So we know how it works, and it wouldn't be a trouble to us at all. And it's exciting as well, right? It like only thinking about it would be it's exciting already. So I don't think it would be a problem.
Okay. You would have the commitment. What's about
Yeah.
the other 3, 4 of you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
That's the thing when it's the real deal, right? You committed to it. That's the problem is like I don't think like some of the guys maybe, for example, not Miguel and Docão, for example, because they are like the most focused guys I ever saw, even without the sponsor or whatever, right? They are always practicing, always training. For example, Goku. I there's some like those kinds of people. If they don't see the real deal, they don't believe it. They don't get motivation already. They don't want to dedicate to maybe like just a maybe right in the future, but they don't want to take the chance. But I'm not one of those guys. I like if I'm doing something, I want to do it for you, you know. So yeah. For example, Miguel and Dogão, they are super focused. I never see something like that. They like compared to us when we were like sponsored. Just us, Thai team. But besides us, like, and we are getting sponsored, I don't see anyone with that kind of dedication in the game. It's amazing.
Obviously, Dogao is going to be going away.
Yeah,
for a
that's the
while.
problem, right?
Yeah.
That's what I bought to Goku
So-
back, man.
Yeah, Goku. I saw him I saw him yesterday on Vubli. Actually, is he
Yeah.
actually coming back?
Yes, I brought him back. That's why.
Oh.
And we got Spade in the mentalist as well, right? At least for the ECL.
Yeah, of course.
But I brought Goku back, man. The legend, the myth. Yeah, Dogão is going to Malta, right? He's going to be there for at least 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, it's better. It's a good thing for him. I hope he does do well there.
Okay, now let's just think about ECL. Like LOS, obviously it doesn't really make sense to call you a top 2 team. It feels like TyRanT, AM, then a big gap, and then like teams SY, probably you, something like that. How do you see yourself finishing ACL as a team first?
If we practice, I think we can do really well. Actually, we have a high ceiling, I guess, right? To achieve that, you need a lot of dedication, and it's the problem that's what we miss the most. And I think if we put enough effort, we can do it. We can do good. And like for example, like you see, the guys are used. Our team is used to go deep in tournaments, right? We know how to do it, and the problem is to actually do it, like to actually put the effort in. I hope we do this time, and it's a really exciting tournament through the whole year. And I think we should practice enough. And it's not even practice against another players. It's put time on the game, like really go on a single player and see the timings and see the the strategies if it's work. And like even if you pick up a village on a TC and send to the other side of the map, you need to know exactly how much time it takes and if it's going to be walled over there, whatever. Like if you can make a dock in the other side of the map, for example, and you need to know all those stuff. And I know the secret guys put the time, put the effort, and I don't know about the AM guys, right? But the TyRanT guys, as I know they do, and the secret now, and That's what makes them champions.
But it's difficult, isn't it, to justify putting that much time in? I mean, even with a bigger prize pool like this, it's still hard to get 8 top teams, all with 4 or 5 players, to put that much time in.
Yeah,
I think
that's
if
the problem.
every team was doing it, then the level of competition would be higher for everyone.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is the problem. People don't like. It's the motivation, right? That's the motivation. Imagine like all the teams, all the top 8 teams, everyone being sponsored by org, right? Imagine the level would be insane, but that's not how it is. And I hope Secret's just the beginning. But I don't mind the other teams, right? I just need to try to motivate my guys.
Well, I think if you add a 0 to the prize pool, people would be more motivated.
Yeah. True.
What do you think about...
I will volunteer as tribute. I can be the 0 to put on the end. You can sell me, and the price you get for me can go into the prize pool.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, moving on. What do you think? How will SY and Finland finish?
They are top 4 contenders, right? With us, I guess.
Mhm.
It's the other team is Vietnam Legends and
Vietnam Legends, the one
Frantic.
team, Frantic, so like the
SY.
second Chinese team, and the mix of Eddie, the brothers.
yeah. Okay, we play Eddie the brothers this week, I guess. So I hope they lose, right? But seriously now,
You're playing 4v4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So I want to. They are top 4 contenders, and I think SY Neb's guys don't play that much, right? Not as much as SY.
Who is Naps for you?
The Finland guys, right?
Oh, okay, Finland.
Oh,
Finland is playing a lot.
Finland, but yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. Just
every day.
I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think they are like 4 players in the top 6 of team game rating at the moment.
But rating doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, but it shows you. I'm not saying they're good, but like you need a lot of points to get there, right? And they have everyone. There.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. But I think they are top 4 contenders. I don't. AM is super good, but for now it's just Secret in the rest, right? We need to see what the other teams put on the table, and we take from there. But because for now, it's just like practicing, and the only thing constant here is the Vipers team is winning everything. So.
That's sad but true. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take a look at ECL. The first rounds here. So we had the 1v1 tournament, and that's what we saw last weekend, streamed over at Escape AoE with your beloved Zero Empires, and we already see 1 AM, 1 Secret, 1 Frantic, and 1 SY guy going through. Yeah. So no big dominance there by any teams. How happy, unhappy are you that Dogao lost against Vivi and Miguel lost against Lupi?
Yeah, well, of course I'm not happy, but it's a best of 3. It's not like a best of 5, right? Best of 5 are like you can make a mistake here or there, but the best of 3 is just like one wall, one hole, and you're done. But yeah, I think the brackets, like it's going to be Viper in the Euro, right? This is 2 most dominant. Like I saw your tournament. I was traveling. I even sent you a message because I thought this was amazing. But the level of skills in the grand finals was like incredible. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't see that in other players. This level of skill in other players. So, for now, like I say, I hope Miguel and Dogão did better because they can do better. But based on what I saw in Nidis like Department Cup, it's going to be Vipers and Lyris again, which is exciting again because I love to watch them play. But
yeah, it's
Vivi's the best. Like, Vivi is the number 1 China, right? You know that, right? You guys.
Some say
Satio.
Vivi, some
When
say
I was
Mr.
in
Yo.
China,
Some
when
say.
we were in China, no, when we were in China, everyone told me that Vivi wins every tournament there. The
No.
Chinese tournaments, right?
But
Yes.
when
They told
we
me that he's the only one can beat Yo. They told me that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's like Nomad, Arabia. He
Yeah.
only broke 2.4K some weeks before that. He wasn't the
I know.
top when we were there, and that's like how long
No,
is
but
that?
they like
That's already
1.5
2.5 years,
2
right?
years, yeah.
Yeah.
But they told me that I was like, okay, but still, like he's way better than he used to be, right? And
Yeah,
Yo as well, but Yo is playing. Yo is not playing this one, right? This round.
Yo is in the semi
Yo is
finals.
yeah, he's versus the Viper in the
Yeah,
semis.
Oh
we have
my
Yo against
God.
Viper and Vivi
Okay.
against Leary. So two Chinese
Oh,
guys.
And they're in
That's
different
interesting.
teams. So yeah.
Okay, it's
You're
actually
kind of
more exciting.
splitting. I feel like you're splitting the top talent between the two Chinese teams here, and I
Yeah.
wonder if that's going to hurt them over the course of the tournament.
I really see like because Vivi's so aggressive, right?
Mm.
And Leary is so like controlling the map, controlling the game. And it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
That's why. And you Viper like you always put a good fight, right? So yeah, I'm excited. It's done already. They are meeting the semifinals already or not?
Yeah, that will be streamed
I
on
get-
Saturday.
that would be on.
Oh, you
Yeah,
streamed the other games already. I need
Yeah.
to see those.
Whew.
Mr. Yo played amazingly well so far.
Who he played?
I can't remember. You have to
Let me
bring up
see
the
the
bracket again, Nilly.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to
he
get
beat Zuppy and he beat Xiao Fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Chao Fen is must be specific to him. Like they probably play every single day, right? So they know each other really well. Like it's not
Yeah.
when you play like a really strange player and you're not used to play against, kind of get we can have an upset there because Xiaofen is really skilled as well, but I guess they play on a regular basis. So the better player should win, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, he played really well in both of those games. But obviously, one of the things I've noticed is that from this first weekend, it's 2 secret players in the second round, and there's only 1 from every other team in the second round. So it's kind of even, with the one exception of Secret getting 1 additional point by being in the second round here.
Well, then someone lost in both first rounds, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't work. If we have 2 secrets, we don't have anyone from VNS.
Okay, my bad. Yeah.
Cool lost and ACCM
Yeah.
lost.
ACCM.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I saw a game between ACCM and Viper. It was a really good game. The game ACCM won.
I saw the arena one.
Yeah, that was good.
The game 2, I guess, it was really good. It's like Mongols against
Italians.
Italians. Yes, exactly. It was a really good game. Yeah, it's getting interesting, and like for now, like, it's going to be cast this weekend, right?
Yes, Saturday.
Oh, I will be there.
Sweet.
I want to see it.
Sweet.
Saturday at 14 GMT.
Over
Nice.
at Twitch TV, Escape AoE.
That's right.
Yes.
And okay, so ECL, year-long tournament. Who do you think will lose stamina? Who do you think will fall off, like mid-season, during the end, or maybe even after 3-4 events fire?
Do you think some like disband or something like that?
No, maybe disband, or maybe just losing motivation. For example,
Yeah.
if like you get into a new job, Rio gets like into studying, Dogao decides to stay longer, suddenly LOS is looking shaky, maybe the Finnish guys are starting to study and moving again, or something like Zupi before that. Do you see all 8 teams
I think
staying the same?
maybe Eddie and the guys, the brothers, but they're maybe because I don't know how good friends they are, right? But it can get shaky. The results don't come. But Battle OS, I don't think we have a trouble with that because all the guys seems really committed. And Dogan, like we were counting on it already. We knew in advance, right? So we are counting with him only for the first 2 tournaments, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So
So you
after
play
that,
the
if we
4v4
get
with
him
them.
again, yeah, if you get him again, it's a bonus, but we don't expect that for now. What did you answer,
I
Zach?
said, will you play the 4v4 with him then?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Very
And who will you likely be playing with when Dogao is gone? Is it going to be Mentalist?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Can we add another player?
If you remove someone,
No, only
you
if
can
you
only
remove
have
him.
up to 6.
Well, if Dogao can't play, it makes sense to add one, right?
Yeah, but if he's
You-
well, exactly, if he's coming back, we
Hmm.
can't remove it.
You can remove him and then add someone in, and then remove them and then add Dogao back in.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, but it depends how you want to do it. If I don't know, there could be drama.
No, no.
Why would there be
Well, there's
drama?
It's still just.
Oh, I don't
yeah,
know. Like, oh, let's just we just used you to play with us
Ah.
for 4 events, and now we're kicking you to
No,
get the
no,
gal
no,
back.
no, no. We wouldn't do
Like,
that. Just a question, like just hypothetical. But just,
I'm open to be used. Fire.
use me.
okay.
No, that was actually like an idea of the reformed coaches, and to have an 8-player lineup, the 6 that they have now, plus me and LB10, and then we always
Just,
switch
like,
around.
sub you in. Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been like really confusing, and like we would have changed players after every event, so it would have been like a real 8-player lineup.
That's
Well, you
interesting.
can't do it after. Well, you can do it after every
Yeah.
2.
After every 2 events, so like 6 times you can change the roster.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
It's just as hypothetical, right? I just no drama.
Go ahead, Fire.
no,
Go ahead.
no, nothing.
Make some drama. Come on,
No drama. I don't want to go to AoE zone
we're egging you on here.
tomorrow and the 10-page topic there, saying how a BS person I am.
So
Good for the game.
I want to remove Dogon before you've even left the country. No, please.
mm,
We're good friends.
yeah.
Just Miguel. I don't like Miguel, okay? Oh, no. German.
You said it now.
Why did you go for mentalists in Spain?
Well, they are really skilled players as well. And I don't follow Spain that much, but I used to follow Mentalist, and he's a really smart player, right?
Mhm.
He can execute really well and think out of the box as well. For a lot of times I saw him doing that, so makes sense. And we didn't want to play with Stark, right? Fiage was away, Goku was away. So
Fiage is back now, though, right? As well.
yeah. I don't know if he's going to stick to it, but yeah, he's
Hmm.
back. That's good. But
He played in Last Nations Cup, didn't he?
and they won, man. They won.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they did amazing. They worked hard. They deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Pays off.
Definitely.
Mentalist is, I believe, one of the few guys who performs better in tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw his rating not being like too high at one point, like not even really beating like 2.1Ks in normal rated games, and suddenly like what was that, King of the Desert, I believe he performed well, and the Arabia 1v1 Cup, I believe he went into like quarterfinals beating sick names, and
Yeah.
always performing well in team games. Like Mentalist is a beast. He has to have some Smurfniks.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Exactly.
know. He's just
Yeah,
that
that's
good.
true. When it comes to tournaments, the guy's a monster, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes
And
sense.
he's a really nice guy as well. He's a good teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Fire. Who is the captain of LOS?
It's most likely Miguel or Togo, right?
Give me one name.
There can only be one captain.
Can only be one. Miguel, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, especially because Logan is leaving as well. So super, like, you need to be responsible. You need to commit, and like I remember one tournament that I was scheduling for the Warlords, right?
Mhm.
Dude, I almost went crazy. There's no way I can do it again, and I never did. Like, it's just like dealing with all those people. Like, and trying to be nice to everyone and trying to fight good times to everyone. It just can't be done, man. Sometimes you need to be tough, and I just can't handle it. It's weird.
I've seen some good scheduling topics from
Oh, God.
certain players.
I used to be know about that as well. You can ask like Robo and who else? Oh my God.
Nimino, Limp.
Limp. Jesus, poor Limp.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This poor guy,
I feel
man.
bad about him, see?
Yeah. He did so incredible much behind the scenes.
I tormented that guy. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, how much money he invested as well into like tournaments, organizing like the Nations Cup, and so sick. And he got really way too little love.
That's normally what happens, though, to the admins.
Yeah, that's so true.
People don't have any idea how much time like people behind the scenes put in. I mean, I can see Pumakel in the chat. Like he does so much work. He makes this really beautiful topic on AoE Zone, and it's probably taken him like 8 hours. And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's nice, thanks." But they have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many of them, right?
Yeah.
The old will be official times, like what Taff did was incredible. Like all wars coming. Jeanette was sick. Nelson, Masmora. Like we could list so many. Obviously now T-Vest and Robo for all the ECL stuff. Just sick. Okay, Fire. How do you think will reformed coaches and VNS perform? They're kind of like the team that we see 7th and 8th, or are there potentials for upsets?
Oh, they all have potential for upsets, but at the moment I would put them in this position. I don't see. I actually didn't see much of them, and we are playing the reformed coaches right this weekend, and I want to beat them. So, but yeah, I don't see. In Stark is playing with VNS Legends, right?
Yeah,
Stark.
He is.
Yeah. I don't know how they are going to make that work, but yeah. I hope they don't. I hope they don't fight before the round starts.
Well, I imagine the communication is pretty tough. And I think that's one of the things, right? Like a lot of teams have been talking about this recently, or especially like Viper's been saying a lot, like how important communication is, which is why I think we see more national teams. Like we see the Finnish team, they can talk in Finnish. We see this Brazilian team, you can talk in Portuguese. But obviously, when you add Mentalist in, I don't know. I mean, I imagine you would speak in Portuguese normally. But if you're playing with Mentalist, you'd have to talk in English. But I think that's fine for all of you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you remember, like in the beginning of the interview, I told you about how every day me and Ryut had to teach back to English, right? We figured out that we wouldn't be able to teach him. So we started to teach him the basics of the game, right? Like if this happens, you say this. If this happens, you say that, right?
Yeah.
And if you can't say anything, just pause the game in fucking time, please. And it worked. It worked.
Okay.
But Nili, you're asking about like coaches and who else did you say? VNA?
Yeah, VNS.
Yeah, VNA. Like coming like 7-8. Well, okay, maybe they won't get enough points to get to the LAN because, like, let's be honest, most people are playing to get top 2 because those 2 teams go to the LAN final. They get the flights, they get the experience. I think that's really what most people care about. But throughout the whole tournament, there's still an upset potential every step of the way. It's not like the 8th seed is going to play versus the 1st seed on every single event. They play versus everyone twice at the start. So coaches will play versus VNA in round 1. They'll play versus Secret in round 1. They'll play versus SY in round 1, so on and so forth. And that kind of opens up the opportunity for like a, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 team to go a bit deeper than they would normally.
Yeah, obviously, I don't say they won't get points or they will never get into the money, but it just feels like I never see those two teams winning any event. Coaches either in 1v1s
Right,
or
yeah.
2v2, 3v3, 4v4.
Well, it's probably unlikely.
And other
Which is a
teams have
shame.
that potential.
Yeah, but it's a shame though, because I mean, my perfect world would be where all top 8 teams can win games from each other.
Yeah, not like they can win games, but
Also
series is
matches,
something
yeah.
else. And
Yeah.
then to win 3 series, or what is it? Yeah, or 4
Three.
series in
Three or four.
some cases. Yeah, it's tough. And you know, the other guy, it's not like, okay, we can like we beat like seed 6, or the 6th strongest team. Then we will face someone incredible, and then you will face the other strongest team in the finals. So
Yeah.
Mhm. But don't you think as long as it's best of 3, anything can happen?
yeah, it
It's-
can. But like as I said, I see coaches even winning Team Secret in a best of 3. That can
Mhm.
easily happen. Like Eddie, interesting sling, hole, GG, something like that. And
Well, we
you know,
saw
even
ACCM nearly. Well, I say he wasn't nearly beating Viper, but he looked really good in game 1, and then he won game 2. And then he went like Aztecs versus Burmese on Arena in game 3, and it failed. But like he was trying, right? I mean, there's a chance that he could
Yeah.
have made an upset there.
and like be honest, like Hira, if we go on to like land-based, I didn't really look through all the map pools, but you can ban the water map,
Yeah.
and then have someone like Doubt who doesn't want to play, or like who wouldn't play a lot of water, maybe MBL.
He doesn't
and
like
then-
water, but yeah.
Yeah, and then Hira can go into the finals as well.
Yeah, in a regular map, like a Rabish map, yeah.
Eddie can play arena, and well, I like they will come up with good strategies. So I will, as I said, I will see them going deep in tournaments, but don't really see them winning. Especially like Back T. When did Back T ever reach a semifinal in a 1v1 event?
I thought you were gonna say win a game.
Bexy?
Yeah.
Really?
But like did he ever like escape gaming? Never. My events never.
He never won a 1v1 tournament, right? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Like he
Yeah,
even
yeah,
lost to Cool in the Vietnam tournament like 2 years ago, the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Cool is on his team, so.
Oh,
he's got that going for him.
Maldives. Back T got
I don't know where he came.
4th, right?
Let's look on esportsearnings.com.
Yeah,
That
it
will
was-
tell us.
Viper, Yo, Ryut, Back T. Yeah, so he got 4th there. Jinghua 5th, Jordan 6th, Dogao 7th, Loiter 8th. Yeah, pretty sure. Maldives got 4th. Okay, so that was 4 years ago? 3.5 years ago?
He came 3rd in Escape Gaming Masters 2.
Okay.
And that was ahead of the Viper, who actually finished 5th as 6th.
Oh.
Because he lost
Yeah.
against Leary twice, yeah. That was
He lost versus Lurie.
the tournament we still have to quote to hype serious. That the Viper
Yeah.
can lose because there was one tournament where I lost 2
It
best of
happened
ones.
One
Yeah.
time. Hold on. Can I post a link in the chat? I'm going to upload a little screenshot so people can see the standings of that tournament. That's EGM2 in the chat there.
Okay.
Nikov with the win.
Yeah,
Oh,
against
baby.
Doubt. With the
Yeah.
good, or the very interesting, I believe it was like Hans against Misoziv on Gold Rush there. The last game, right?
I can't remember. My memory's not that good, nearly.
I think that was it.
But yeah, that was good actually. Enjoyed that one.
Everyone did, because the Viper didn't win.
Yeah. Oh,
And
so
Doubt
hard.
Doubt got 2nd, right? After losing 2
Yeah.
finals before that.
That was the 3rd time Doubt got 2nd in a row.
And
Second.
that was so much his to win. Oh, got it.
And then he won. I think he won with
He won.
Viper in Return of the Kings 2v2 because he was with a teammate, and then he finished like second again in the next tournament.
Yeah, and
He won. He won all of your tournaments, right, Nini, against Viper?
he won one of mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
King of the Hippo.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
Clash
really
of
good
the
match.
Hippo. Yeah, he won 5-4 against the Viper in the finals there. It was a pretty intense last
That's
game.
cool.
Teuton was there
That's
as well. That was good series.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But your tournaments are always a bit like crazy in the settings, right?
It was feudal age start with medium resources, but like top 8, like I think Fire would not have made the cut.
What?
The lineups were sick
Can't
for
see
that one.
He's sitting right here.
Oh,
man.
sorry. Did I say Fire?
What the fuck?
The lineups were sick for that one, yeah. Okay, guys.
Well,
Any last thoughts on
that
ECL?
settings, I would not be interested in play as well.
They were
Yeah,
so
Fire
fun.
didn't want to play in your tournament
No,
anyway.
it's
Neil.
fun
Yeah.
to play. It's not.
Okay, any last thoughts on ECL? Fire?
No, just a great tournament, and I hope we have so much fun, and I hope we get enough exposure, right, to bring more organizations
Mhm.
to the scene. And
Yeah.
That's it. Congratulations to you guys and to Microsoft, and everyone said everything already. It's just they don't need to repeat that. To be honest.
Maybe we didn't ask players yet. Like 1-year tournament? Is that too long for you?
It's long, but I mean,
It's not intense, is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could always do a tiny, a more. How do I say it?
Tiny?
Like just a cup, yeah, tiny tournament, whatever. But I mean, we all committed, we all agreed with the rules and time. So, I mean, I don't mind as well.
Sweet stuff. And then let's jump over the
I
topic.
didn't get to say my thing.
Oh, sorry. I kind of openly asked. I didn't realize. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say everyone should tune in, whether it's on our channel or on the Spanish channel or on anyone else's channel. Just make sure you watch it because it's being judged on how many viewers we have. Put it that way.
Oh,
So get all your iPads, phones, just pack them everywhere. Call your grandma.
Tell
Just
your
tune
friends.
in there as well.
Yeah.
And yeah. It's like, how were the viewer numbers this weekend?
We had 5,000 on Sunday.
Okay.
Which was we're pretty happy with that, to be honest. There's room to grow, but we have some plans, and then this Saturday coming, we'll see how it goes then.
Should be higher, right?
I hope so, but
Will
I don't
be-
know if it's to do with the Saturday versus a Sunday. I don't know if the views are higher on a Sunday, so we'll see. Because if it's like constantly higher on a Sunday, maybe we'll move it to Sundays instead of Saturdays.
Mm-hmm. Well, if this Saturday is less than the last Sunday,
Yeah,
I think that's a good indicator, right? Like
exactly.
every like esport organization is planning their finals for Sunday, so I think Sunday has to be the better day, right?
Yeah, but I don't know really how true that is, or if it's more just because they need to do the games on Saturdays as well as Sundays. Because, it's like you build the whole tournament over the whole weekend.
Oh.
So some bigger tournaments are Friday, Saturday, and then the finals are on Sunday.
Aren't like
But Saturday should be just as big. It's still the weekend, really. Like, what's the difference?
well, Saturday you still go out partying, right? I think it's better for time zones. I always thought about like Saturday could be better, but well, there are like the invitation. The international is like a 2.5-week tournament. They are ending on Sunday. There is one big Counter-Strike tournament coming in London. That's like 3 weeks long or something with qualifications, this and that ends on Sunday as well.
it's a major.
The major, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Sunday has to be the better day.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Yeah. Well,
I
gather
imagine we'll
data.
have more views
Yeah.
on Saturday. But yeah, we've got a lot of data collection stuff going on, so we'll figure it out. And maybe we'll change the date to Sundays just when we only have a single event on the weekends. We'll see.
Maybe the good Christian guys, like in Portugal or in Brazil, they all go to church on Sunday and can't watch.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We're gonna get Donny from Rocket Beans to cast on the channel as well for a game or two.
I saw
That
that.
should drive some hype.
You ask him on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you publicly shout out someone, they can't say no.
Is that so? Ah.
Well, imagine if he'd replied, go, no, fuck you. I don't want to cast with you. Like, he can't do that. He has to say yes.
Well, I think, well, okay.
Maybe you don't think the same.
Yeah, I think I have the
I'm only
balls to say
kidding,
no, even on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, you were. I'm only joking. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, he's a good guy and he should bring some views in as well. And that's good for promotion. And I think really like just the main thing right now is saturation. Like the longer we go on, the more people are going to know about the tournament. And then it's our job to keep them hyped up throughout the whole thing. And I think we can do that with the format.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
And speaking of hyped up tournaments,
NAC.
NAC. Yeah, what can I say? Just super happy, right? For everyone who didn't catch it, it was a tournament hosted by me in my apartment 2 weeks ago. We had the greatest players in the world there. In the end, we again had the Viper winning, as always. Viewer numbers were incredible, especially for my channel. And yeah, the bracket reads from left to right. We had Doubt already eliminated earlier. Then Tedo against Jordan, 4th and 5th in group stage. Tedo went through, MBL went through, Leary went through in the finals. In the end, winning for the Viper. Viewer numbers were incredible. I was super happy. Casters was so nice. Everyone, yeah, loved it. For me, it was close to the perfect event.
Yeah, I love it. I only saw the 2 last days, but it was amazing.
Okay, moving on.
Did you ever watch look, did you ever watch the tournament, like it's called Summit?
I watched 10 minutes of it, yeah.
Yeah, but it just looked like that. If you have some pools outside, it would be the Summit, man.
It's got the casual vibe to it, right?
Yes,
like everyone
exactly.
just chilling
So
on sofas, just having a nice time.
Yeah,
it's intimate.
Exactly. Beyond the Summit, yes, beyond the Summit. It felt like that for me, and it was super good to watch.
Definitely. It felt like that being there as well.
So
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's really tough for me to talk about it because, yeah, like.
Do you want me to talk about it?
You can.
I'll interview you. I'll interview you.
Okay.
How about that?
I think that makes
this,
way
so
easier for me. Yeah.
Okay, so what was your biggest fear about NAC? Like, what was your biggest worry about the tournament?
Oh, internet stability, probably. Just thinking about like, if the internet is down for like, just think about like Sunday, and just 3 hours of downtime. Everyone will think this tournament is a joke, right? And that's completely out of my control.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
get that.
I had a big fear, but only after the tournament I realized like how big of a threat that was. You know, my laptop was stolen on Saturday evening.
I was there when it happened.
Yeah, and if someone like from the community did it was directly after the meet and greet, and just deleted my Twitch account.
Fuck.
That could have been sick as well. Like,
oh my god!
Suddenly, like,
don't say these things, man.
No, nearly AoE. That would be so sick.
That would be. Oh man, that would be the worst. I'm still confused about how that happened. You know, have you told anyone the story about that? I have not mentioned it because I didn't know if you wanted to like.
I haven't twittered it. Like I was sitting drunk on my toilet and was like, yeah, nice evening. My laptop is gone. Yeah, and like I was obviously still pretty drunk and so tired, so I just went to sleep, and like I contacted like 2-3 guys who I hope could help me out to provide some info, and yeah, I let like 6 hours go before I even changed my password, and there was like all in it, like PayPal, Google account, like oh god, you could probably access my credit card from there as well. Yeah. It just like it was not clever. But I think
basically we were sat on a bench getting some €2 pizza. and you had your bag with you. I was sat next to you on the bench, and you were sat on the end on the street side, and I was sat on like the road side, let's say. And you had the bag on your knee, and I remember because you had for whatever reason you thought it would be a great idea to take table tennis with you wherever you went. So you had the table tennis bats in the bag. And I remember seeing them because I went to grab them because I wanted to play table tennis. It was like 6 a.m., but you know. And then you like closed the bag and you put it next to you. And then when we went to leave about 5 minutes later, the bag was gone. But no one noticed anyone coming by and picking up the bag or anything like this. So whoever did it, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
It's just sad because we it's just kind of, we had a great night. We'd met so many great people. We'd had a lovely time, and then that happened, and that was kind of a shit way to end the day.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Next question, Zach. Makes it a bit.
Oh, damn.
Lighter.
Would you consider inviting more people to NAC in the future if you were to do it again, like from further away, like let's say someone from China or someone from Brazil?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to talk more. Like I'm a crazy addict. Let's say it that way. I really should go to shrink and like I'm planning with like 3 tournaments this year, and like NAC wasn't really over. People didn't really leave, and I already started planning on next tournaments. So it is an option that if NAC2 happens, that people outside from Europe are coming.
Oh, awesome.
That's good.
Was it worth it for you financially?
Somewhat, right? I think we got a bit more than 13k of donations. I invested like 10k myself, so that was 3k profit plus like 300 more subs, which I think will transition into maybe 100 long-term subs. And so my hourly obviously was pretty bad, but yeah, just think about like the overall channel growth. It's just
investment, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's just so sick. Like think about like Talk of the Empire normally would have had like 350, and like we had a Viper host like 4 hours ago, so I don't think that a lot of those are still here or like retuned in or something. And simply my first German day, and I was like, I had like 310 max before NAC at German day, and I think I had like 650 directly the Monday after, and the 1 week after I had like 450 consistent. So I feel like in the last 3 weeks I grew my channel like 40% or something. So that's a solid growth for sure. Yeah,
that's cool. That's really cool. I mean, and obviously if you keep doing things and you keep doing events, that growth should continue as well, in theory.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, right? That's why I'm already planning next events. And people ask me like, oh, we are going all to Barcelona and 2 weeks trip, you want to join? And I'm like, those are 2 weeks, I could also stream. So
yeah.
Yeah,
you got to take breaks as well, though. You know.
Yeah, I already felt bad. I was away for like 4 days not streaming.
Yeah.
And I felt like I betrayed my subs.
That's one way to feel. I mean, I actually took a 2-day break after the weekend. And by the second half of the second day, I was already like, well, I'm bored. I just need to get back to doing shit now. Like, I literally can't take a break. It doesn't work. I have to go to a foreign country and have no access to a computer. It's the only way possible. But yeah. So another question about NAC. Let's think.
I can ask Fire.
Okay.
What would you love to see for NAC2, or what would you want to have improved?
From what I have seen, it was amazing, man. I did you see my message? I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like I was so. I just wanted to be there. Like it was felt so cool and so like chilled at the same time. And the games were like the level of the games, right? Because to me that's the most important. You can put a bunch of top players there. The games aren't like that good. Doesn't matter to me, right? As well, like for my kind of like preference, and I just thought it was perfect. Like it was just too good for me. Like I was impressed.
Okay.
Well done.
Do you think there was too much or too little Age of Empires?
I hope there was more, but there was a lot of games, right? Like, how many games did you guys cast there? It's just
We
a
had
lot, tons of it.
17 series of best of 7 and 2 series of
Yeah.
best of 9.
Yeah, it's just no, it's perfect. You guys got a chew as well, right?
Yeah, we had like, I think the overlap with the World Cup kind of hurt. Because like 2 hours of break, one time we had overtime, so 3 hours of break. Yeah, that wasn't clever.
Were you thinking like it hurt as in people left and then they came back later, or they didn't come back later and then you had
Like,
less viewers?
I think like simply having 2 hours of people that aren't interested in football, and just randomly scrolling, what could I see? And if I have a stream, like I was at one point like even number 26 or something in overall Twitch, because I had like 5K viewers. So that's just like people randomly scrolling through just will never see me in those 3 hours, right? So just to check randoms, it was bad. For the hardcore fans, I believe it's not really the biggest difference. It's just that it got really late. Like I saw people complaining in German forums that, yeah, the series started at 11 p.m. Thanks for that. Like I have to work next day. But that hurt a bit.
It was quite a late start. But then if there hadn't been a World Cup, it would have been a better time, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what upgrades would you like to bring to NAC? Like, obviously, for example, this year we had Pia, who did a really good job cooking for everyone. And obviously that took a huge amount of weight off of your shoulders. Probably saved quite a bit of money as well than eating out and ordering takeout all the time. What other things would you like to introduce to NAC to improve it and improve the experience?
Sound quality. I already got contacted by a guy at the party who said, like, Nelly, the technique or like technical guy for Rocket Beans TV, and he said, like, I will have a lot of microphones still in my storage. I will give them to you. Contact me before the tournament. And I was like, it's unlikely that I will ever contact you, but give me your number. And I have him at my phone, like audio guy, NAC2 meet and greet or something.
Well, I give you some advice maybe for the microphone. I mean, I should take my own advice, but I haven't because I can't. But your microphone's a good microphone. But if you wanted to improve the sound quality, you could get some of the audio foam, the insulation foam, and put it behind your monitors to absorb the sound, and then it will sound much better. I need to do the same because I'm in quite a big room and I don't have any padding. You need stuff to like absorb the sound so it doesn't reflect back and have like an echo, basically.
I would have loved to have the players being like more into it while they're not playing. Like sometimes the living room was like 3 people, although we had like Doubt against MBL. And that felt a bit underwhelming. I wanted to have like we had in the game, I had like the switch, oh, let's go back into the living room and see the people. But like, how can I show the people like, sick, we have this is at my apartment, and then there have 3 guys there and 2 that are unpopular in the Age of Empires world just sitting there. That didn't really happen.
Yeah, but like, to be fair, you can't blame people for wanting to go outside. It was hot and it was nice weather and people wanted to smoke shisha, people wanted to go and drink. And you know, like personally for me, I didn't get to see Hamburg. I know I wasn't there that long, but I would have liked to see more of the city as well. And as great as seeing Age of Empires is in that situation, you also need to take the opportunity to make the most of the moment when you're there, to be in a new place and see these other people that you don't see. So as much as it is about the game, it's also about the people and the time, the limited time you have.
Like, we even went for some harbor trip with Jordan at the last day because he felt like he wanted to see some. And then, yeah, some other guys being around, like, who was there? Gluttony, Killer B.
Yeah, they went out
Face Frostborn.
while we were at the Rocket Beans. I think Killer B and Eddie went into the city or something.
Yeah, true.
Also, huge credit for actually doing the Rocket Beans thing, because that was a really good opportunity for everyone, and it brings a lot of exposure to the competitive scene as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, while we were there, it made so much sense. So really good to tie that in.
Yeah, well, it's obviously easy for me. It's like 10-minute by cab from here, so
yeah,
and like that's just a big plus for us, obviously. Yeah. Okay, I believe we are like 70 minutes in now, so I wouldn't mind just jumping over to question and answer time.
Okay.
And unless someone has still questions or something to say about NAC.
Well, I think the chat will probably have some questions as well. So I think, let's follow it up with that. Any questions for Fire? He's here. Any questions for Nilly? Any questions for me?
I would have loved to have the prize pool bigger for NAC, but obviously it's really tough for the first one. What is Fire's...
like prize pools... Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was just going to say, with prize pools, it's hard to justify a bigger prize pool. Like, even for our event, $60,000 sounds like a lot, but it's spread over a long time. But it's pretty hard to justify more than that right now until the game grows, until we have some more outside interest, I guess.
So, first question for you, Fire. There are officially, I believe, like 3 TyRanT players left. Will you keep your clan tag? What is the future for TyRanT?
Oh, the problem... in the beginning, me and Ryu2 wanted to bring more players, right? But for now, I think that's on hold. But in Miguel's opinion, we should get a tag as soon as possible, right? But yeah, well, I hope future brings good things to us. But for now, I think we gotta wait. If you asked me this question a week ago, as I said, I would tell you that we would keep the TyRanT tag and we will bring up new players. But for now, I just don't know anymore, unfortunately.
Who would you love to have? Like, who are like free agents that could go for TyRanT?
I would get Dogam and Miguel and right away.
Okay. Is there anyone blocking you from that?
Yeah, well, they have some doubts about it. It's like, it's not even, I actually understand them, like the pressure to get in the team, like if you don't do well, and and also like I guess they want to make a name for themselves, even get a new brand tag and build around it as well. So I understand them, and there's nothing I can do about it as well.
I guess there's also the feeling of like treading on someone else's toes in a way. Like, for example, Miguel might not want to join TyRanT. He might think, oh, well, I've not really been part of a TyRanT history. Do I want to join the team now? Like, there's a pressure then. Like, you have to make something out of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. If that goes well, it's like it's broken, right? I guess that's it about them. But I'll get those two right away.
So, Zach, how do you split ECL donations and subs between yourself and other casters? I believe that is in the file, right?
Yeah, it's all in the handbook. It all goes to my bank account, and then I don't send it out to anyone else. Basically, it's like a split. There's 10% for escape, 50% for admins, and 40% for casters. And then it's split based on how much time they put in, basically. So the casters work for shares. If you know me, I like pirates, and pirates used to have contracts that say they get a share of the booty. it's kind of a similar thing. The more time you put in, the bigger share you get, and so that's how it works.
Sounds fair.
It is fair. It's very fair.
Okay, Fire, who came up with the name Lord of Skulls?
Lord of Skulls, I have absolutely no idea. This tournament, this clan is around for so long, right? It's like Miguel could answer that. I'm pretty sure he knows the founder. Like, I'm even. Let me see who founded.
Miguel can't answer that because I've asked him and he can't.
Really? You see?
Yeah. I said, where did your Lord of Skulls logo go? I have no idea. I don't know.
Seems that the team founder is not even from Brazil, so yeah.
No.
Go figure. No, go figure. Go figure.
Honestly, though, like I have to say this, I hate the name Lord of Skull. I just
Really?
don't like the name. It sounds so like, I don't know.
Like,
I just don't. I don't. I really don't care that much, to be honest.
No. Well, that's the thing. It doesn't really matter in the end, but it just doesn't sound right to me.
there was a worse name for like TLC2, the deathmatch tournament. Like Fire and Rio, they had like, I have no idea. It was a name in Portuguese or something.
What? No.
What was the name there?
Let me check.
It
The
felt
team
like,
name?
yeah, Huseria e Alegria or something like that.
Ah, okay. That's Miguel's team. It's Ousadia e Alegria.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. Neymar, like I think Neymar, you know the soccer player?
Yeah.
It's like his motto, like I know he always says that. Like I don't even know how do you say that in English, to be honest.
Well, I hate that team even more now. Now I know that.
It's like alegria, it's like joy. It's joy. It means joy in English, you know, but ousadia it's like to be bold, you know? Boldness, like something like that. You're a bold guy, something like that.
When you shave your head, yeah.
It fits for Miguel, right? He's going to kill me.
Maybe Miguel and Viper need to make a team together.
Yes.
Comes as the Baldies.
Yeah. It would be great.
This is
perfect name for Miguel.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
It's so tough. I timed out everyone, or we banned so many people making fun of like fat people on the couch, of like people going bald, like who has less hair, Viper or X or Hiko or whatever. And I timed out everyone without even like giving them a warning. And
now
well,
we're here.
2 weeks later I have a talk show and everyone enjoys making fun of them.
Yeah, but it's not like something that's so out of line, is it? It's not like racist or sexist or
Yeah.
It's just
making fun of the person who can't defend himself and has no chance of changing that, and probably isn't happy with it either.
I think you have to come to terms with these things.
With bullying, of like public bullying, we have to come to terms with this. Hairists. Yeah, that's a good word.
Hairists. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We'll get off of this topic since it's so offensive.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to split hairs there.
Oh, Nilly, come on. T90 dad.
Fire, how do you see Jordan's and Doubt's level at the moment?
Dude, I was impressed that Doubt did that bad. It was drinking that much?
No. We even had the rule players aren't allowed to drink.
Oh.
From day 3 on. Yeah.
That's not a good rule.
That is a rule, and we like everyone agreed on it. No drinking for players.
Yeah, that's fair. We don't want to do like China again, right?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
But seriously, like Jordan, he didn't did like he did good, right? And he's coming back. I think it
Yeah.
takes time to catch up.
Well, I mean,
but
to be
Dowd,
honest,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just think like Jordan beat Doubt in that tournament, right? But I
Yeah,
don't think Doubt was playing well
yeah, no,
at all.
he was not
So,
playing his top level. That's for
yeah.
sure. That was I was like impressed about it because like a week before he was doing so well online, right? And then he goes to the tournament, and he was the last place. He got the last place.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Without winning a single series. Below
Maybe
the
four.
good
Doubt
thing-
would have done better if he did drink.
How did he go, like 3-20 or 4-20? I believe
Oh,
3-20. Like he lost 4-0 twice
Yeah.
and 4-1 3 times.
The good thing is that I can go to his WhatsApp and mock him, right? That's the only good thing about it. But besides
Yeah.
that,
Like
because I love the guy, right? So
Who doesn't?
yeah, I do.
He's a great guy, but I think his focus and maybe I don't know about his motivation, but his focus didn't seem to be there in NAC. I think the excitement of being around everyone and maybe just wanting to enjoy the time more than necessarily take the games super seriously.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know.
well, he was focused from like I feel kind of day 2 on. I think he just didn't care about Jordan. And he thought, yeah, without like he will just beat Jordan. But then he needed to beat either MBL or Tedo, and they both performed well against him as well. And obviously he loses against Livery and Viper. So
For sure.
yeah, and then basically losing the first match against Jordan, I knew, God, this is getting tough for him, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it definitely was. And it's kind of a shame, really, because I think everyone expected a little better. But like you say, I think it's maybe getting surprised by MBL and Jordan for sure. And then he played ECL, and the
I believe he
first round was good. He went 2-0 versus Cool, and then he went 0-2 versus Larry.
kind of exactly what we expect, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, there was a question in the chat for Fire. Are you good friends with Riot, Miguel, Degao? Have you met them in real life?
Yeah, we are. I've met Togão, Ryut, and Goku in real life. Miguel not yet, but we are good friends. We talk to each other every day. And yep, that's why we want to stick together. I guess besides we know like how each other can perform. That's the most like important thing, right? But important the friendship matters as well. You don't want to play with a teammate that you don't like at all, right?
Yeah, for sure. Which is why I think Tato is such a good addition to the secret lineup this year, because they just get on so well. And I think that's such an important part of making a good team.
I asked Shine in like, when was it? Like Gamescom, so like roughly 1 year ago, what his dream team would be. And then he asked me back what my dream team would be. And I said, Viper, Shadow, Shine, me. Like what team would I love to play with? Because I obviously love Shine and love to play with him. And I felt like Viper and Tato are so good when it comes to playing high level, enjoying practice, having a laugh, and just giving such a good vibe and move or mood. And I think that's what TyRanT kind of lost in the end before Tato came over. And obviously the skill. Yeah.
Maybe.
A lot of questions.
Paya, what's your dream lineup? If you could have like picked internationally for ECL.
Really?
Yeah.
How many players?
4. You have to be included and 3 others.
Yeah. Viper, but with time to practice.
Yeah. ECL style. Like you knew ECL was coming, had 1.5 months till qualifier start, and yeah, you can pick everyone. Everyone will be dedicated.
No, it's just Viper, Riot, and Doggo.
Viper, Riot, and
Yeah,
Doggo.
I can see that.
You're going for stronger teams than I did. Okay.
Makes sense. Just Viper is just like a plus, right? The guy's Jesus.
What makes him so good?
It's just like the decision making and the timings are so on point every single time. It's disgusting. It's like he can't miss, and when he does, it doesn't matter that much. It's weird, right? It's
What
something.
do you think is the best way to approach playing versus the Viper?
You guys,
Like you're gonna play a best of 3 versus the Viper.
you can't
What do
you can't
what
let
do you
him do his
think
you can't let him do his thing, right?
Mm.
That told me like this like years ago, like whenever I was going to play with Viper or whatever, you need to do your own thing and put pressure, because if you try to boom against him, only boom, for example, you can't win, right? I think that's the way.
Pressure early, pressure hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't
I
let
mean,
him
that team
think.
with ACCM, like he denied all 3 of his gold piles, for
You
example.
can't. You need to put some aggression whatsoever. Otherwise, there's no way. If you play toe to toe, it's really hard. Maybe Leary can do this sometimes, right? But not even he. Like they were like he was putting some good fights, but the finals of 5-2, Neil's apartment, yeah. So you can see like what happens.
And also losing his home map, right?
So MBL won Viper, right? But I don't think that matters that much, I guess. But the games were really good as well.
Well, it was like probably the best series, right? Viper against MBL. Like the first part, 3-1, was so good. Just thinking about that cross game. And
kind of left a lot of suspense. It was like, okay, it's just one game, like just one game, and Vipers won it, and then MBL was like, no, I'm gonna win this series now,
and convincingly as well. There, MBL went for the 6 moves there.
Yeah. Not to discredit MBL, but Viper was very, very tired and hungover going into that.
Yeah, I'm surprised, like why he didn't talk to me before that, because then he took a 20-minute break, had a coffee, and then he just smashed out again. So
okay, yeah,
it was weird. Like we were like 4.5 hours at Rocket Beans, but then we had a bit more than an hour break. We ate, maybe ate too much or something.
I'll tell you why it was. MBL, while we were at Rocket Beans and MBL wasn't playing, he was sleeping on the sofa of the Rocket Beans sofa.
Okay.
Getting a quick 20-minute nap, and he was ready to go. Viper was obviously not doing that, so
so there's not a worst feeling ever to get a hangover and you gotta play in the morning, right?
Sure.
Like in China, we had to play like 9 a.m. and we went to bed at 6. So everybody woke up and
I was there.
Doubt was throwing up, like Doubt was puking. Viper was puking.
I was there at 7:30 to warm up. I was there.
Me and Riot, we managed to woke up, and I was like, "What the fuck, man? These guys are not coming." And then they postponed it, and me and Riot, we didn't get to sleep, but everyone was hungover. And, I'm not saying that was the reason we lost it, but I'm also saying that was kind of the reason we lost it, at least 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, your normal team games. Yeah, exactly. Well,
Maybe
the day afterwards
was
super bad as well, right?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Man.
Those Chinese guys are crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh God, what they drank and how much they put on the tables. That was a sick week as well. Oh man.
I think that's the Chinese culture, though, isn't it? Like they drink hard, really hard.
Yeah. I tried to keep up with them, and like I did it right. The next day, they were just like new. Like I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell? What they did? Like what drug they used? Because that can't be real. They are so good like that again.
Except
I'm
Mr.
feeling
Except
destroyed inside.
yeah, except Mr. Yo, right?
Yeah,
He
you're
drank 2
super
beer,
short.
got completely red, and just cuddled his pillow
Oh.
and just sit there.
You know, I took a picture of him doing that, right?
Oh,
We,
do you have a
we
picture
made
of
him
that?
take a shot, right? We took a shot. I have the picture of it, all of us taking a shot, and 10 minutes later he was hugging the pillow.
Oh, that
All
was so
red, like
sweet.
my t-shirt, like just
Yeah.
like my t-shirt.
But he announced that before, right? Oh, that's my normal reaction. I can't drink at
Yeah.
all. I will drink with you till I can't anymore. And that lasted like less than 10 minutes. So then he was just done. Oh, that was so sweet.
I'm going to find the picture here.
Oh. Okay.
Did they even outdrink Doubt? Because Doubt can drink a lot.
Nah, we all drink Doubt. Doubt is good, but he just do too much. Like he drinks too fast, I guess.
Yeah.
And like, do you remember that they needed that we need to get him a cab because we were in this club, right? All those chicks dancing around and everything perfect, right? I look at Doubt. he was kind of sleeping, but like starting to drool, you know. And I felt that he was going to puke over there.
Oh,
And we told Elen, get a cab right away, please. Don't do this to us. Send Doubt home. We don't want to take him back, you know.
oh man.
And he tried to escape he tried to escape the cab, right? Took his shirt off, tried to
He
run away.
always does
Find the
that.
street.
Why did
He
he
did
always take his shirt off? In London, he did the same thing. His shirt off. I've got a picture of him with his shirt off.
Look
in
at
the club.
this. Look at
Funny.
this. Let me see if I can show you.
Oh,
Let's start
don't
sleeping.
show anything you shouldn't show.
No, I can't show this. Look at this.
Okay.
Do you recognize it?
Sleeping like a baby.
Jesus Christ. I have some good ones. I just want to find Mr. Yo here because that was so fun.
Yeah. Well, we still have a folder with all the pictures, right? In the Dropbox that Robert did, so we should have it on there. Oh.
Yeah, I think Mr. Yo is there. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, I found it. Okay, so look. This is before and after, okay? Look. Let me see if I'm showing right.
Okay, shots, yeah.
This is before, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
There he is.
Yeah. That's Yo, guys. Yeah. I couldn't show it to everything. No. I think they managed to see it.
The reaction is that, yeah, like you didn't do well, but people still loved it, yeah.
Let me do it again. No. Let's go. There's more questions, right? They are asking me about Stark, man. Stop with Stark questions. Jesus. I don't want drama. This is a fun talk here.
Okay.
Well, I can't see any more questions because the chat is just literally full of ones right now. So.
Yeah. Like, the good thing was, like, before you actually showed the pictures, you started laughing like 20 seconds before you actually showed us what was so funny.
That's how you know it's going to be good.
Yeah. It's a bit the Zero Empire style, like laughing to announce that you will all laugh pretty soon.
I got to announce those announcements, Nelly. They're not going to announce themselves.
That's true.
Yeah.
Should we just say, like, next Talk of the Empire, whenever it will be, we will announce something?
Okay. We'll figure something out.
We will announce something.
All right.
Next Talk of the Empire, we will announce something.
When are the maps for the ECL map competition being chosen? I think me and Robo are talking about them tomorrow, and we're going to just do the Africa ones first, and then we'll do the rest after that. We'll let you know as soon as we've not looked at them yet.
How's the Brazilian community connected? Do you know any of the young newcomers who look promising? Fire. Are there any Brazilian players that we don't know of yet that are incredible in a year?
Yeah, a couple of good 2K players, right? But beside that, like it's really there's some like you don't know the guys. Like I saw them playing around. Like there was this guy, I forgot his name actually, but even Viper
make it a long answer, okay?
A long one?
Just go into detail.
Okay. So this guy, like, he used to play only Arabia Hanswar, right? And Viper played him, and he actually said that you are really good. You can go far, but he disappeared, man. I forgot his nickname. I wish I could remember. A couple of good guys playing are out there, but beside those, it's only me, Dogong, Goku, Ryut, Stark. Don't think anyone else can like match us in this sense. I think it's Mahori. Yeah, it's Mahori. Mahori. He was really good at this Hanswar Arabia. But besides that as well, I don't think he played any other map. So, how close you and Ryut were with the European part of TyRanT? Ryut is really close to all of them, and we were friends, right? Speaking for myself, but I was a good friend from Doubt. I am a good friend from Doubt. Kinda hit it off as soon as we started to talk in person. So,
how do you think more players, or how can we encourage more players to get to a top level? Like, you're saying there's these guys with some potential maybe, but how do they get there? How do they get to your level?
But that's the thing. I don't think you need to encourage. Like, they should do that by themselves. It's not like you can create tournaments or whatever, but if you don't have the dedication, you just sit on the chair and play like a crazy man, and you're not going to improve, man. If they don't do that, just casual games won't help.
Sure. But
I guess tournaments can help you with experience, right? No, it takes so much time. This game is so complex and so hard, right?
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. People give up.
I mean, how long, if you had to start from zero tomorrow, but you knew like the way, like let's say, like, so you knew that you had to train and how you had to train, how long would it take?
If you knew how to do it,
like, because what I'm saying is like there's a difference between playing to just play and playing to improve, and like looking at your recorded games and actually thinking about how you need to get better and improve, right?
Yeah, but to reach the top level, probably is that experience, right? Like, for example, I remember Kev telling me that the Viper was better than Doubt like for a year and a half already, but he could never beat him because of experience, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't get the experience and you keep getting like beat down, I think eventually you give up. I don't think if you don't achieve something at least to give you motivation, you're just going to give up. That's the problem with people nowadays. They just give up. But yeah, it would take like I think a year, right? You could be really good if like in a year or two, but also you need to have the gift, right? Just there are people that just can't play the game, man. They can know everything, but they can't play. So I pick like really gifted people like Doubt, like Viper and Doubt and Ryut, guys that they can stop for a year and come back and beat the best, right? There are not a few people only.
I guess it's difficult to find people who have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And then
I remember like for me and Ryut, we spent like the whole night from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. playing 1 versus 1 Arabia. We were both 1.8k rating. Like, who does that nowadays? I don't know. I don't think anyone does that. Like 10 hours straight, 11 hours straight playing just one map, one civ.
You need young guys to come in and do that, right? You need people who are still in school or something. Like it's
exactly.
Good example now.
Well, there's
Hera, for example.
Exactly. I would just want to say, like, there's Project Belgium, there's Dracont, Metal plays a lot, and you see all of them improving heavily. right?
So like when you hit the ceiling in one map or something like that, you need to change, right? That's that's all. I always telling the people on my channel that they need, like, if you play one map, one save, just go to full random. People don't play full random anymore, man. Did you notice that?
I'm
No one
always
plays.
hosting for random, and every single
No.
time people are forcing me to play Arabia. Yesterday I had
Yes.
one guy actually
Yes.
playing me for random. I was so happy, and well, he had no idea. Like there was 3 death wins basically, and then there was Acropolis, and he just smashed me. So it
Like,
is weird.
if I see a 2K hosting a full random, I'm going to join him and play him, because like full random's fun, man. It improves so much. It's hybrid maps all over. You know, you need to think more. You need to know the build orders, of course, but you need to think out of the box eventually. The maps are unfair. You need to do something to win. It's way more unfair. Imagine you get a South March with no water, no good water, right? You need
No.
to do something.
Saltmarsh has changed. No.
It's changed
With
now?
Rise of Rajas. Yeah.
Nah, these guys are spoiled now.
But yeah,
Back in my day, we used to have
My
shit
days are.
maps.
Oh, I'm feeling too old now.
But don't you think though that, like, 1v1 Arabia is the way to improve the fastest and get like the mechanics and the speed?
Yeah, but eventually you hit the ceiling, man.
Mm.
You need to play something else to keep improving.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. You know what I mean? Like, eventually you're going to like, okay, what else I can do with this map to be better? And you just can't. You need to move on and learn other stuffs.
Cool.
if you went full tryhard for 3 months now, like playing your 8 hours a day, how good would you be?
I think I will be really good.
How good?
That's the problem. I don't. If I say this to you, and there's no tournaments. Like, if you get to tournaments, like, are everything that matters, right? So it doesn't matter if I I remember when I was in Warriors coming, and I was like on my peak, playing every day, practicing against the best of the best, really. Like, just Riot, Slam, Viper, Jordan every single day. Then you play other players, and they feel normal to you, right? But it comes a tournament, you got kicked out in the first round. That doesn't matter. So, but I think I could do really well. Like, pretty sure.
Top 4?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, so how do we get fire?
I'm pretty sure I could do it, especially because of the practice, like when we used to practice, right? How good I used to do that. The problem is apply the practice on the real tournament. That's the problem, because the pressure gets to you, man. That's the problem. Like, remember when Nikov won a tournament or 2, right? 1 versus 1s, right? By now, he probably won.
I believe 1.
Yeah. But like, remember when he used to be knocked out on the first rounds of the tournament? Like, he always do that. Like, and he always played that good. Like, it's the pressure. It's right. It's hard. That's why Viper is so good as well. It doesn't seems to affect him.
How good is Slam?
He's really good. Like, real.
How good is he at the moment, if you had to place him in the world?
Now he's not that good. But if he puts if practice, like, he's one of my favorite players to watch, man, because of the mechanics. It's so funny. Like, it seems that he's like, everything's disorganized. Is that a word, right? And but no, it all makes sense and all fits up, and he's weird. He does like those little things, like putting 2 guys on stone on field of age, and placing some towers here and there because he can't wall his map. Something that I don't like to do, but he managed to fit in perfectly, because if you send a villager to stone, one single villager, it hurts you already, right? But somehow he make it work. And I like that, and I like to watch him play. It's Viper, Riot, and Slam I like to watch. Because of the mechanics and the way they think and the way they move.
I think for a long time, Slam stream was my favorite stream. Yeah.
I don't.
Slam stream was my favorite stream for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't know why
I
you
used to
stopped
go into
streaming
bed and
that.
watching till sleep because it was super fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's like
I
I
don't know.
don't remember when Viper went full troll mode on his stream and he started to play whatever. He didn't try hard enough, and just for fun. I just don't want to watch that. When he's playing full focus, it's such a delightful. It's delightful.
Yeah. He also, wait, let me think about it. Didn't. Yeah, you two played each other in China as well, right? It was Arabia, Celts against Brits.
Who?
You against Slam. Then it was
No.
Rooster. He didn't find his second boar.
No, that was
Oh, that's Slam and Rio. Ah, it was Slam and Rio, right? And
I
Slam
played
won.
Love Chang and Vivi in Love Chang.
Okay, I think we're talking about other stuff. It feels like Zach has something going on in his head.
No, I don't. Sorry, I was just distracted doing something else.
During work times, Zach?
Yeah, it's work time. It's always work time.
Ah, that's so true.
I was actually just making a YouTube thumbnail. No, it's not the time.
Zach! Don't become the new doubt. How do you do them so casually? Like, it takes so much time for me to do YouTube thumbnails.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really bad at that.
Actually, I just hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Sweet.
And so now my parents can believe me when I say I have a real job, which is nice. But I'm going to make a video on how to sell out. That's going to be my 100K subscriber special.
Sweet.
So I'll tell you the secrets of how to make YouTube thumbnails.
Sick. I think I want to outsource that. Like, I jumped from like 4K to 7K due to NAC.
Oh, on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Thanks.
It's like 3K in a month is really, really high.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Fire, why don't you stream that often anymore?
I'm doing it now again because I'm between jobs.
Okay.
So I'm streaming every day whenever I can. I'm just tuning at least 3 hours a day. But yeah, and also my internet was really shitty. So I started to stream, started to play, dropped. I had to close everything, save and restore, started again like 20 minutes later because before that time my stream didn't work, and then it dropped again. And again.
That's sad. Yeah.
You just don't want to stream anymore. I paid this much for this internet, and it does that to me like every single day. It's frustrating.
Yeah. I know the feeling. It is horrible, especially if you're like dedicated in that as well.
Yeah, it's horrible. I actually my internet was dropping loads, and I kept calling my ISP. I called them every single time it happened and report the issue, and they said, "Oh, we can't see a problem. It must be your PC." And then I'm checking so many things, and there's so many different things that could go wrong. It's impossible to know where the problem is. But now suddenly, miraculously, it's just stopped, and I don't drop anymore. So it was probably my ISP all along. But like, how do you ever prove that? How would you ever prove that?
Yeah.
You just can't.
I had it. Actually, I had the same problem dropping. In the end, it was my codec for OBS. And luckily,
see, I tried that as well. That didn't fix.
Yeah, Memp helped me there. And I'm still super thankful for that. And I called my ISP as well. And they were like prepared to send someone over with another router and test that. And if it was their problem, it would be free. But if it wasn't and they couldn't find anything, I need to pay like 50 or 40 euros an hour or something. Because it had to be on a Sunday as well. Because I said I'm dropping more on a Saturday and Sunday than on weekdays. But, well, in the end, it wasn't about bandwidth.
Well, yeah, but that's crazy, right? Because they even sent someone to my house. They sent an engineer to my house to like look into it. And the engineer said, no, there's no problem here. And now it's suddenly fine again. And I don't know.
Weird.
I
ISPs,
just
man.
think that's on purpose, man. Seriously.
I don't think so.
They send something here, everything's fine, it keeps not working, and then suddenly it's fine, it's working perfect for 2 months, and then start again. I don't know.
Fire, how much is smoking per day?
5 cigarettes, but this because it's not a normal cigarette, it's like a handmade cigarette.
Yeah.
So I can, like with corn leaves,
Okay.
so I can stop smoking it, and then I can continue to smoke this one.
Ah.
So the guys were thinking that I was getting one and another and another. It was just one. 2 hours I smoke one.
Okay.
Just finished. Now I get another one and going to like 2 or 3 hours at least.
Okay. Okay, Fire. Any questions to me or Zach from you?
Just I just want to thank you for the opportunity and tell you to make another Millie's apartment and bring us all to you. But no, seriously, thank you very much for the opportunity. And no, I don't have any questions. It was a pleasure.
What is your favorite Volar Kingdom civilization?
Malians.
Why?
They're so good. Their boom is good. They have siege challengers. They have those Gibetos. They are monsters. They have good infantry, good champions, whatever. They got good camos. They have Jesus. They got everything. They don't have bracer, and that's it, right? But it would be asking too much. I really like to play with Malians.
Okay. What's the worst civilization of all the new ones?
Portuguese, fucking Portuguese, man. Jesus Christ.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Okay, why?
No, they have a little bit of everything, but they are not strong at all. They said to me that I did organ guns the other day, and they did well. So I guess I can't complain that much. But they are still, to me, the weakest. I don't know. Even maybe Saracens, right? But Saracens in Imperial Age are really good as well, even though they nerfed the Mamelukes. I don't know. I just guess like if you put me to go to Imperial Age with Portuguese against Saracens, I would pick Saracens, just like that.
I think I will take that. Portuguese?
Really? 1v1 right now. Go.
We'll take now.
Like, what do you do against Halberdier Bombard Cannon?
Dude, they good siege on the chairs.
I will always snipe them.
I have bombard cannons as well, right?
Yeah, I have better ones.
Yeah, you do, true. But I still prefer the Saracens. I think I can do much more with it.
Okay.
Really do.
All right, well, let's see a
Let's
show
play
match.
deathmatch. Let's play deathmatch.
Okay, obviously Saracens are better then.
Yes.
Well, deathmatch with bomber towers. That could get ugly then again.
True.
Although, mass rams.
Yeah, I have siege rams. I have siege
It's tricky.
challengers.
It's tricky. I think Saracens will win. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Dude, they need to do something about Koreans, right? Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, give us your thoughts about Koreans.
No, it's like it was one of the worst civilizations to be one of the best. That's it. You
I mean,
can't
Koreans
do
have
this
changed.
like with one change, and they have like 2 changes. One change, like they build faster and they're the best civ ever. It's just
that's
like,
changed already now. I mean, they're going to be changed back.
Yeah,
so. But now, I mean, the problem is then they're going to be crap again. So how do you then make them viable again? So yeah, it's kind of like back and forth.
I think we need to find a middle term there.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what could that be? Like at the moment, that would be just bad without towers.
Yeah. Let's see who is the genius who's going to find the answer.
Oh, there are a lot of clever people working on that.
Yeah, pretty sure. People are asking about Vietnamese. They have crappy eco, right? But if you manage to do those rattan archers with some elephants, man. Oh boy.
Hmm.
I think they will get a buff, right? They will have more HP. I think so.
What,
The
the
archers.
Rattan archer?
No. The normal archers for Vietnamese.
I don't know.
I
Even
think so.
more?
Yeah, even more. At the moment it's like 10%, and I think it will get 20% even from feudal age.
Oh.
Oh,
Really?
like those were the ideas. I have no idea. No, like,
Let me see. I'll tell you if that's going to be a thing or not. Let me see.
and yeah, it was planned to strengthen Vietnamese for sure.
Yep, that's true. That's going to happen. Plus 20%
Yeah,
HP to foot archers.
yeah.
People asking when the balance changes are going to happen on HD. It'll be soon.
It will be soon. Will the rating will be fixed with that?
Yeah.
Ah, soon meaning 1 week or soon meaning 2 months?
Soon meaning soon.
TM. Soon TM.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Then the balance changes will be put on HD, and then people can stop crying about the fact that we put them into ECL before.
Yeah. Open beta is out today with Elofix.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, sweet stuff. Yeah, it feels like not the most questions flying in. Maybe Zach. Some ending words. We're close to 2 hours as well.
Yeah, I think it's time to go get a pizza and call it a night. But thank you, Nilly, and thank you, Fire, for coming as well. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, we'll have an announcement for the next Talk of the Empire, whatever that might be.
No, you have to, like, you're better than selling normally.
What?
But...
Are you? What am I supposed to say, Nilly? You tell me.
Well, we have a big announcement next Talk of the Empire. You're stupid
so
if you
tune
miss
in.
that.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, don't be stupid.
Don't
Watch
be
Talk of the
stupid.
Empire.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
And you don't want to be stupid. You want to tune in next Saturday at Escape AoE.
You're better than this. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Don't let me down.
A tournament that we didn't talk about at all is Nomad Battlegrounds at the moment. That's happening. 1.5k tournament. Today we had Nikov and MBL winning against Yo and Vivi there. Now against the Max and Belize, Viper and Doubt. But even the prize pool is big. Like, the hype isn't that real for that one, right?
Yeah, to be honest, I've not seen a single game from that tournament.
I casted the first series today.
Okay.
So, yeah.
There's been so much other stuff going on. I feel like it's been maybe a little bit overshadowed, which is a shame. With NAC and like the first round of ECL. But I mean, just on a personal level, I'm not a fan of Nomad, so it doesn't interest me too much. Not on like a high level, anyway. Like Nomad's a fun map, but not on that level.
Yeah, that's the reason why we don't see it. Except, like, the Chinese sponsor always loved Nomad, right? That's why we had it so much.
And the TyRanT sponsor loved Land Nomad.
Land Nomad, yeah.
I'm glad those times, well, I don't know, like, Land Nomad, really not a map that I enjoyed that much, but obviously the times with the sponsor, great times as well. So it's kind of like, I'm torn on this.
Yeah. And Arbalest loved Registered Fortress.
Yes.
And I love maps that have gold in the center.
You do.
Eldorado, Gold Rush, Golden
And
Hill.
I love maps like Baltic. Just Baltic.
Mixed Baltic only tournaments.
No, I really loved Cross and Scandinavia. I think they were the best maps so far from ECL.
Cross and Scandinavia.
Cross was super good, and Scandinavia was really nice as well. Many nice games on these maps. Well, the new version of Scandinavia, which is a bit more open, has less hills. It's good.
Less hills. I think the forests need to be smaller.
Yeah, that's less trees and less hills.
Less trees as well. Okay.
Yeah. It's a good map.
Fire, do you play Legacy of the Huns?
No, I'm not playing.
Why?
I thought I would have no time.
But you have.
Suddenly I do.
So are you regretting not signing up?
Yeah, I wish I could be playing, but yeah.
Is Legacy of the Huns the one that's using the old balance? Or am I?
It's only Hans. It doesn't really matter if we have balance or not, right? It's only Hans on Arabia.
Sorry, Hans.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, there aren't any changes.
There are, but
Towers?
if it's mirror, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cavalry archer price changed, right?
Okay, like, but that's like from African kingdoms to Rise of Rajas, right?
And Marauders as well. I don't know.
Marauders was a Forgotten Empires.
Yeah, but I'm asking, are they using Wallow Kingdoms?
Well, it's not played on AOC, I believe, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's what you mean with new balance, like the thing that came out 6 years ago. Okay.
No, I asked, are they playing on AOC? Are they playing on...
I think it's Wallow Kingdoms.
Okay.
But I wouldn't know, like, the changes aren't that big, I believe. Like, Vault, I think it would be better to have it on Wallow Kingdoms, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
I think we will finish it now. Thanks. You want to say?
Thank you very much.
I'd say we should do that. Yeah, it's been good.
Okay, Zach, after everyone watched ECL next Saturday, what should they watch afterwards?
The
VODs on your YouTube channel, obviously.
Oh, of course. I thought you were doing something on Saturday.
Oh, no.
Do you want a host on Saturday, Nilly?
No. I just in general, I meant like the week afterwards. No. I'm streaming before that, and we'll probably finish with the finals.
Yeah, I'm not selling out very well today, am I?
Yeah, it's like not announcing well, not selling out well. It's kind of weird. And with webcam, doesn't really feel like you.
Everyone, go to ageofempires.com/ECL. Read up about the tournament. On Saturday at 14 GMT, go to twitch.tv/escape AoE. If you speak Spanish, go to twitch.tv/escape AoE_ES. And then after the tournament is over and we've had our grand finals on Saturday at 14 GMT, we'll upload the VODs to YouTube where you can watch them there as well. Is that okay? Did I do well?
I didn't feel the passion.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, that's it for us.
I'm done.
Talk of the Empire over. Tune in next time and have a lovely evening, everyone.
Bye.